Alright, we're going to make our spring now, or cut out our basic shape. You can see we have a lot of excess material. That's what makes it so hard to work with on the heat side. But if you see, we got enough to make pretty much 2 springs in here. So we're just going to take and cut this off, make it a little bit longer, so a little bit wider than half. We'll make it a little bit wider than what it currently is on the spring dimensions, because we'll be able to file all that in. So basically what we're going to want to do is we're going to have a spring piece of steel that's like that, and then we'll take the top off. So we're just going to cut that notch basically out of our folded piece of steel. And I'll just put this in the vise and bob it off with a hacksaw. We got our piece of spring steel in here. Basically we're going to make this little nub on this end of the spring that actually fits up in the receiver to hold it in place. So basically what we're going to do is we're just going to take the hacksaw and make a vertical cut to the depth of what we need our spring to be. And I'm not going to bore you with all the sawing. Basically I'm just going to cut a perpendicular line down to match that profile. Alright, now that we've got our vertical cut in, we're going to make a horizontal cut, square all this up, and take off this material where it'll just leave the nub to go in there. I've already started it. Basically all I'm going to do is continue cutting all the way from here all the way down to here. It's going to take a little while with a hacksaw, but you get the drift. Then we'll go back and then make another cut the height of the spring we need here. So get some cutting done, and then I'll be right back with you. Alright guys, as you can see, we've got basically the outline of our nub. Naturally we'll file all this down and dress it all down. Next thing we're going to do is going to come across with a horizontal cut here and a vertical cut here, and we'll be good to go. Then we can start really doing the shaping and dressing it up and everything. I don't think it'll be too bad once we get it done. For my first one, we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, we finished up our cutting. As you see, we have the basic outline of our spring. Naturally I gotta dress it up and shape it up and polish it and everything. The good thing about having that piece of steel folded in half is I actually have enough left over that if I have to make a second one, because you know the law of ones, where 1 is none and 2 is 1, where the law of twos or ones, however you want to say it, where 2 is 1 and 1 is none, because you end up having one that breaks. we go in and do the tempering and hardening, we may actually break or crack a spring, so we got us a spare. So next thing I'm gonna do is just gonna put this thing back in the vise and just take some files and shape it up. You don't have to have anything fancy. This is a cheap double cut bastard mill file setup kind of thing. I think I got these at Harbor Freight, so you don't have to have very expensive ones. But we're gonna go back through here and just kind of dress all this up, make everything nice and smooth, and then we got to find out exactly the leg length, because on these springs some of them have a short leg and some of them actually go all the way out, so we're gonna have to fit it up into the gun and see exactly what size we need. So we'll go to the next step here in just a minute.